Hey y'all, it's Shelly and I am Scrappy Longstocking. Today I am here to share with you my Project Life pages for the week of August 10th through the 16th in 2025. I scrapbook Sunday to Saturday, top to bottom, left to right, and this week I'm using the Ali Edwards Stories by the Month kit for August 2025, along with some pieces from my stash. My page on the left is a 3x3 photo page protector with room for 12 photos. And my page protector on the right is a 3x4 page protector and it has room for 9 photos. Every week, I include a few screenshots and some everyday moments. And this week, I did not have as many photos as I thought I would have, and that's fine. So I just left some extra room for some cards to fill in. I did choose the floral patterns from this year's kit. I like the pattern. I have digital copies, and so I could reprint it as much as I want. And in fact, I printed the cards from this kit in order to plan with it instead of before I got my paper kit in the mail. So I go ahead and I start by placing my photos as I usually do. And then I switch over and begin doing it, picking the cards that I want to use. And then I go ahead and start journaling. So my first photo is the Sunday photo is the ingredients lined up on the counter for a hydration drink that I was making because it is August after all. My next photo is a Pinterest download that says, okay, hear me out, a preseason fall, and we call it October, and it's spelled Augtober. I am very much not a summer girl. I'm a fall girly. And I was so over summer before it even really got into full swing. And I accept that about myself 100%. My next photo is my Tuesday night group, and we went to dinner at Whataburger and grabbed a really bad photo, but it was fine. My next photo is it's the pink photo. After I move a bunch of cards out of the way, you'll be able to see it. It's a comic artist from Facebook that I see quite a bit, and his name is Nathan Pyle. And I thought it was so funny. He did a comic about salads, and I just had a good chuckle and thought I need to include that in my album for future me, so future me can have a good chuckle as well. My next photo is a photo of my dining room cubes. I had purchased an additional 6 cube and put it together, I think on a Wednesday, I want to say, because I have a whole plan for these where I'm going to put it together and make it look like a single piece of furniture, which is a buffet for storage in my dining room. The next photo is another meme about fall from Pinterest, which really captured my mood, where I was looking forward to fall and just so ready. And it says, it's almost fall, put on something comfy, clean out your closet, order a pumpkin spice latte, light a scented candle, binge watch your comfort show. As I'm thinking about this, I realize I have actually never, ever had a pumpkin spice latte, and I kind of want to have one. And then the last photo that I have on the left-hand side is a screenshot about the dates for December Daily of this year. This is around the time period when Ali Edward was launching her 2025 product launch, and I was so into it. So very ready to be over summer, so into this launch. Even though I promised myself that I would not buy anything, and I ended up talking myself out of buying at least half of the things I was initially like, oh, I totally need that in my life. Anyway, moving on. My photos on the right, I have a Today in History screenshot from the AP Wire. I look on there every day to see the news coming through, and I don't have to watch it on TV. I don't have to read a newspaper. I just get the AP Wire coming through, and frequently they have a Today in History, or I think every day they have one, and frequently I screenshot it. The additional photo that I'm working with right now is a collage of some of my dinners. I took a bunch of dinner photos this week, and I wanted to include them, but I didn't want to include 3x4s or anything like that. So I chose to make a quick little grid in Canva with it. As usual, I have my steps photo. Totally love that. Looking at it, it looks like this particular week my steps decreased for the week. And that's what I think almost every week this year so far, except one or two at the very beginning, I have included a screenshot of my steps. And then I have a screenshot of some verses that I was reading. It was in Psalms 9. And then I have I have another collage of what I was reading during this week. So the Love This card is in its spot there on the right hand side. It's in the middle row, and it just says love, love, love this. I liked it because I thought, oh, well, I can use it for these two collage photos. And so eternally, while I'm moving the photos around, I'm trying to keep those two grid collage photos and that Love This card together. And eventually the Love This card stays in the middle, and then I do a vertical line of the photos instead of a horizontal line. And that's fine. I know what I was trying to do, I think it's maybe been about a month since I filmed this video, and I still remember exactly what I was trying to do. So I decided to use the Endless Summer card to back my 2x3 hydration drink photo, because the card said Endless Summer and it had a prompt on it. Initially, I was including it in this week's kit for this week's kit. I was trying to include it because I wanted to use it as prompts about things going on for summertime, but I didn't have anything going on for summertime. I am not a summer girly. I'll say it again. And so the only thing I wrote on the bottom of that card was hydration drink mix for hot days working outside. Y'all, I am so over summer, not a summer fan, but I moved south because I'm also not a winter fan. I'm a fall and spring girl. So I decide to use these floral cards, and I take that 4x6 card and I cut it in half and use it for a 3x4 on the right hand side and a 3x3 on the left hand side for journaling. It works out because usually there's only about 3 days, sometimes 2 on the left, and then the remaining days are on the right. I wanted to use it because it had the floral pattern that I wanted to use along with the journaling spot. And so I went ahead and whited out the prompt that was on the card so that I could just only have my little bullet point journaling. On that card, I journaled Sunday, scrapbooking my 2024 staycation album with Cody in Arkansas. Monday, in office, plus prayer, works, plus shrimp tacos, ! With those shrimp tacos. Tuesday, Amazon orders, plus vacation prep, plus feeling good. And then on the right-hand side is where I put the 3x4 card, and the remainder of my bullet journaling for the week is Wednesday, work from home, plus exhausted, plus put together my cube shelf for dining room. Thursday, hearing first thing this morning, plus crispy brain, plus sofa surfing. And Friday, mental health day, plus lots of scrapping. Saturday, feeling sick today, which is odd, sofa surfing, plus skip dinner. So that is the reason I don't have my usual Saturday dinner group photo at the bottom right, is because I didn't have anything and I didn't feel good. So that is the reason why I don't have a photo for Saturday, as I was sofa surfing all day. And usually nothing happens for me to take a photo. Usually I end up with a bunch of screenshots or something, but it's possible that I didn't take any photos at all for that Saturday and I just let it go because I had more than enough stuff to fill the pockets. Another thing that I did was I chose this blue, what is that? It's like a wonky grid pattern. And I chose it because I thought it was cool and I wanted to use the little, it's a cardstock die cut polygon that says everything good, everything magical happens between the months of June plus October. June and August. I have October on the brain. So since it fit with this month and it's from the same month, I thought that the colors would go together. I did not do, in my opinion, a good enough job of bringing the blue across the page. And even while I am voicing over this video, I'm looking at the pages and I moved some of the cards around because I didn't like how it turned out. So that's my little weirdo me. It looks a little better when I move things around, but what I kind of wish I had done instead was there's a red banner cardstock piece that I choose to play with a little bit at some point during the video. And then there's a black vellum, what's it called? Like the same wonky grid pattern. And I could have used those. And I think it would have looked better with all the red and white from the floral pattern. And so I just don't like how these pages turned out. And I'm going to leave them how they are now and just let it go. Eventually, I choose to I think I try to put one of these rainbow cards behind the, see that more of the story card that I just placed at the bottom right of the left page. Even that would look better than what I ended up deciding to do. And then I was looking for a rainbow card to put behind my title card page. And eventually I choose a piece of blue cardstock and I put that behind there. I did go ahead and grab some items from my Studio Calico kit and I grabbed that card that I just put down and it's remembering every little bit and it's in the same color of blue that I've chosen for the left-hand side of the page. And it's got a picture of a little camera. So it's really just a filler card. And I like the color, the way it looks. I just think I didn't do a good enough job pulling the blue all the way across the page and making it flow. And that's fine. An additional thing that I do is I went ahead and grabbed the little label stickers from the kit from last year, 2024, and I use them as actual labels instead of, they look like they're date cards or something. So I went ahead and used those to write a little bit about what I'm loving about those love this pieces all the way on the far right. The card that I just cut up was a card that has in red type, of course, things I learned today. It's a Studio Calico card and it had 1, 2, 3 listed and I just cut off number 3 so it would fit in this 3x3 pocket. And I just wrote a couple of additional things that, number 1, it said, I need mental health days off. It's exhausting to work for weeks, a month at a time without days off. So thankful. And then number 2 was, I'm getting better at adulting, budgeting, plus tracking, plus cleaning, plus projects. Life is good. I think it was just, I was feeling good while I was about my progress during this week. When I went back and was reading my journal, I must have put some positive things about this week in my journal specifically. The additional last thing that I do with regards to embellishments is I turned off the camera and I was like, okay, this is done. I can't think of what I wanted to use some embellishments, but I couldn't think of what would work and look nice. And then I turned off the camera. I decided, okay, well, it's done. And then I ran to the closet and I was like, oh, I have all those hearts. So I added some hearts. And then I edited out the first part where I showed you a close-up of the pages like I usually do. And then I put the hearts on and then just added on a second. So the video is going to look a little wonky at the end, and that's why, is because I keep adding things on and changing my mind. Usually I would say that's okay. And I have to tell myself there's a stopping point with making changes. Otherwise, I will remake albums and change my mind until I don't have enough time or energy or desire to finish it, which is what happened with my Tracking 2020 COVID album. Is I changed it a bunch of times and it is 5 years later and it's unfinished. So there's that. So here's me. I just go ahead and try a bunch more of the pieces, of the different pieces from the kit, the embellishments. I didn't like any of them, but I gave them a shot. I tried them out, and that's okay. I wanted to use as much product as I could so that very little of it would be going back into my stash, since it looks like from the August kit at the end of August I did not hardly use any of it. I don't know why I didn't hardly use any of it, and so I have this whole big stash of August product that is still in my stash. So I guess that is what happens sometimes, but here's where I pulled out those little label pieces. I'm looking through the kit, and yeah, so I'm not a fan of how it turned out, but I did force myself to eventually stop, accept that I didn't like it. And I do know, and I tell myself, like, hey, the point of this project is, number one, to have fun. Number two, it's to enjoy the whole. So there's going to be pages that I like and that I don't like, and that is okay too. Okay, y'all, thank you for hanging out with me today. I very much enjoyed hanging out with you. Go ahead and press that like button if you want to tell the algorithm that you want to see more videos like this. And go ahead and press the subscribe button if you want to tell the algorithm that you want to see more of my videos in particular. And I enjoyed this. Thank you very much. And I'll see you around the internet. Bye, friends.